This video describes the Demographic Map Brushing Statlet. It's new in Statgraphics Centurion version 17. This new statlet is used to visualize the distribution of a variable calculated within different regions on a map. It colors regions blue or red with respect to a cutoff value of that variable. The statlet is very helpful in identifying regions that have the highest or lowest values. As my first example, I've loaded into the Statgraphics data sheet information from the World Bank about all countries in the Western Hemisphere. This file contains demographic and economic information from 1961 through 2009. In order to create a map, I'll go to the top menu. I'll select Statlet's Demographic Map Brushing. The first variable I want to look at is rural population. That's the percentage of the population in each country that live in rural rather than urban areas. The column country code will be used to match the data with the countries on the map. In the select field, I'll type year equals 2009 to display data for that particular year. I also need to pick a boundary file. That's a file containing definitions of each of the countries. Version 17 of Statgraphics can plot any map defined by a BNA boundary file. The one I want is called Americas. When I press Open and then OK, it will create the map. When the map is initially displayed, those countries with rural populations less than or equal to 50% are colored blue. Countries with a rural population greater than 50% are colored red. You can see quite clearly that the countries with the greatest rural populations are Honduras, Guatemala, Guyana, and also Haiti. Actually, there are a total of 6 countries. There are a couple island countries that are too small to see. You can use the slider on the Statlet toolbar to change the cutoff between red and blue. Let's bring the cutoff down from 50% to 25%. As I do, you'll see additional countries turn red. When I get down to 25%, I've picked up additional countries in Central and South America that have rural populations in excess of 25%, although they were not in excess of 50%. If I bring the cutoff all the way down to 10%, you'll see quite clearly those countries that have the smallest rural populations. That's Venezuela and Argentina and Uruguay. Another variable that's interesting to look at is female minus male. This is the difference between the life expectancy at birth of females versus that of males, measured in years. Initially, it displays in blue countries for which the life expectancy difference is less than or equal to 5 years, and in red, any differences greater than 5. You'll see most of the areas where females live more than 5 years longer than males are down in Central and South America. I can change the cutoff, increase it even further, and you'll find eventually that the 2 countries that have the greatest difference in life expectancy between females and males are Argentina and El Salvador. There the difference is greater than about 7.5 years. If I bring the cutoff down, I can quickly find those countries that have the least difference between life expectancies of males and females. The two countries with less than or equal to 3.9 years difference are Belize and Haiti. Another interesting application of the Demographic Map Brushing Statlet is shown on this map. Here I've taken data from the U.S. Census Bureau on the percentage of the population in each state that speaks a language other than English at home. It's colored at the moment all states with more than 5% non-English language speakers red. You'll see this includes all of the states that border Mexico. It also includes Florida, New York, New Jersey, Rhode Island, and finally Hawaii. I can change that cutoff, perhaps reduce it, and you can quickly see the states with the fewest non-English speakers. As I bring it down, you'll eventually see that the state with the least non-English language speakers is West Virginia. Another interesting variable to look at is median age. Here you see a map coloring states red where the median age is greater than 33, and blue where the median age is less than or equal to 33. The states with the youngest populations are Alaska, Utah, and Texas. To find the states with the oldest populations, I'll change the cutoff, and eventually you see the oldest populations are in Maine, West Virginia, and Florida. Finally, if you'd like to find the states that have the greatest or least percentage of females, I can pick percent female. There's quite a dramatic difference here between the eastern half of the country and the western half of the country. In most of the east, the percentage of females is greater than 50.5%. But in the west, it's less than that. States with the least number of females are Nevada and Alaska. States with the greatest number of females, Rhode Island and the District of Columbia. The Demographic Map Brushing Statlet is a great way to discover interesting patterns.